What's up, e-bike nation? All right, here we are on the Velotric Nomad, and I got my Uncle Tim from up north riding with us today. He's riding the Discover 1. Okay, so our ride today, we're going out to Anna Maria Island. It's about 8 miles each way.
We're going 5. That's the top speed?
Yeah.
I can adjust it here too?
That's your derailleur.
Okay,
So
I can shift up and
so when you're pedaling, it doesn't really affect the electric controller only lets it go up to 20.
20 miles an hour?
Yeah. Yeah, 20's cruising along pretty good. I'm good with that.
These bikes haven't been unlocked yet. We'll talk more about that a little later. Alright guys, I'm going to switch to voiceover here. I just got these bikes and assembled them the day before and put a charge on them. I wanted to take them out for a ride, so I really hadn't taken the time to learn all of the specs on the bicycles, so I didn't try to rattle them off while we were riding. I had my uncle from out of town with me, so we were ongoing in conversation along the ride and watching out for traffic as we went. The bike I'm riding today is the Velotric Nomad 1. It's a fat tire e-bike made to carry you through all terrains and all weather. Today we took these bikes on a nice little road trip. We covered about 25 miles. Some of it was road, some of it was trails. I chose the step-through frame on the one that I'm riding. Makes it a little bit easier to get onto. Older adults, maybe people that aren't that flexible, a lot easier because you just step through. You don't have to lift your leg over the high bar. It just makes it a lot easier to get on and off the bike. So as I unboxed and assembled both of these bicycles, the quality really stood out. In my day job, I deal with aircraft, ultralight aircraft, but welds are what really stick out to me, and the welds on these frames are absolutely gorgeous. The Nomad 1 sports a 48 volt, 750 watt motor with 1200 watts peak output. 48 volts, 2271 UL certified battery. That's something we don't find in a lot of these bicycles, that they're UL certified. It holds Tesla grade 21700 batteries made by Samsung. Velotric has their own motor. They have a proprietary motor drive system. The hub motors are a little bit different from their competitors, and they're more efficient. Now, as we started this ride, I didn't give that a whole lot of credibility, but as you'll see, we were pleasantly surprised by the range on this first ride. My bikes shipped from California. It only took them a few days, I think it was 4 days, to get here to Florida. They were very well packaged, no damage to anything inside. Now these bikes ship as Class 2 e-bikes. That means they top out at 20 miles an hour. Now, you can get the code from the manufacturer to unlock that bike and achieve higher speeds. Class 2 e-bikes are starting to become commonly accepted. They're allowing them in a lot of the parks and the bike trails. Honestly, I find 20 miles an hour a very comfortable cruising speed and sufficient for what I want to do. I'm sure it increases the range as well. I may at some point go ahead and unlock these bikes just to check it out. Now these bikes have an adjustable front suspension with 80 millimeters of travel, and they're available to lock those out. So when I'm riding on the road, I lock out that suspension. Otherwise, that suspension actually eats up some of your energy. So I think that makes it more efficient. In addition to the 750 watt motor, we have an 8-speed Shimano derailleur system. We have an LED headlight and tail light and a 3.5 inch backlit display, so you can see your speed, battery, distance, range, everything like that very easily. The braking system uses hydraulic front and rear disc brakes, stops very smooth and very quickly if needed. The bike just has a lot of nice features. They didn't take any shortcuts. From the grommets where the wires go in and out of the frame to the finish on the bike is really nice. I chose this color. It's called Mango. It's available in several different shades of blue and gray rather than just black as so many other e-bikes are these days. They really took the extra measure to make this a quality bike, and at this price I haven't seen anything with this nice quality. Okay, at this point we have reached our destination on Anna Maria Island. We went to a little joint called Skinny's Place. They got some really good cheeseburgers, and we had a cheeseburger and a beer. After lunch we went over to the beach to get some photos of the bikes. These bikes are really eye-catching, good-looking machines. The bike that Tim was riding was the Discover 1. I'll be doing a ride and review video on it very soon. On the way home we dipped into Robinson Preserve and decided to ride some trails. We rode I don't know how many miles. They're all multi-use trails. Some are paved, some are sand. Lots of wildlife and nature. Beautiful ride. Once we had finished the trails, we were back on the road headed home. It was an uneventful, easy cruise, averaging about 20 miles an hour most of the way. When we had arrived at our starting point, we had used about half of our battery capacity and covered 25 miles. It was an excellent ride. Can't wait to do it again. Alright guys, thanks a lot for coming along on the ride today. I hope you enjoyed the initial ride and review of the Velotric Nomad 1. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to get one. The price is very competitive. Very nice quality bike, price where you can afford it. Make sure you come back and see the next review. We're going to ride the Discover 1 and do the same type of review on it. So hit me up in the comments guys if you have any questions or comments. Thanks again. E-Bike Nation out.